start again for Mara if she's here. And if not, then we'll go to, I guess, Michelle. But I want to give her a chance if she went to get a sandwich or something. That last one was a bit of a doozy. So, and she had paid for that. So if you guys ever pay and then something comes up, then we'll work it out and we'll either do the read and record it later or on the next show if it's prepaid or whatever. We can do that way. So whatever it is, we'll figure that out. But I'm not seeing a response here. So Kim, are you seeing something from Amara? I've got Mara coming in. Career reading for her. So let me put these to the side. All right. Do you guys see her here? No. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to leave that be. I'm going to make a note that career and 30, and I'm going to put an arrow and treat that like a prepay until she does something else. So, okay. Then we're going to, I guess, go to the next one, which was, I guess, Lavender Michelle. Okay, so Mara going once, going twice. Okay, we're going to Lavender Michelle for the blind. So that's what we're doing next. Okay. We're in a funny flower garden for you right now, Michelle. There's these pots. We're in Minx and the Little Witch storybook from years and years ago. And these pots on the windowsill at Madame Snickesy's house. This deck always references that for me. Happiness is coming up. And this is, yes, also very much like in the Oz book when the Gnome King turns the people into objects like the green whistle or something like this. What's coming in is something that has been frozen, turned into an object, almost calcified, still, and stolen. And time has passed by in this way that is made something an object rather than a living, breathing thing. And what needs to come through is more life to enter in, more happiness to enter in, more joy to enter in. Breathing more air in is coming in. This happiness is coming in. We're getting this whole energy coming in. On this one, it's saying, if happiness is what you want, then happy you shall be. Sometimes you have to do it in reverse order. Start, be happy. Choose happy. Sometimes we have to create the moment to laugh. Yes, we have to create the laughter to shake off the cobwebs of spiritual heaviness. And sometimes you don't feel like telling a joke or cracking a joke. But sometimes by the very nature of forcing a belly laugh, you can force things to break free. It's like you need to shake up what has calcified and crack it. It's like you need to crack through some of this hardened stuff in order to break free and start the life and the living again. That wake me up phrase and feeling is coming through, and it needs to be big, big, big. And then this is saying, life is always brighter when you wake up each day with the spirit of enthusiasm. Now, I wake up like a grouch every day. If you saw baby pictures of Phil and I, you would see Phil all smiley, happy, like the Gerber extraordinaire baby. And me, I look like I'm a cranky old biddy. Even as a baby, I just like sourpuss. If you wake up a little cranky, give yourself a little bit extra time in the morning. Give yourself a little bit of a cushion of time so you can start taking in the day at a pace that makes sense to you and focusing on the joy. If you notice you're doing a pattern that kind of starts your day a little rough, change what you're doing at the break of the day so you can have enthusiasm for living and life again. This is huge for you. These are the two that are coming in. There's one in the center coming in for you on this. Prosperity. And I'm getting units of time, measurements of time, not just measurements of money, but measurements of time. However you've been using your time, you need to block it a little differently. You need to structure it a little bit differently so there's more reward for what you're doing going forward. It doesn't mean always monetary, ka-ching, ka-ching, dollars, dollars, money, money, money. But it means you need to be more prosperous in what you're doing. You need to feel like you're getting something out of it. Shake off the stagnancy that has held you too long. Let the emotion carry you forward with joy more. If you need to put on Pharrell's Happy in the morning to get your day started out right, then do it. Who else is going to be in charge of that besides you? Happiness is an inside job, and we all have to do this for ourselves. This says, know that you deserve all things wondrous and believe that you can have them. This is creating your own magic, baby. This is what's going on here. Now let's see what's going on in these other decks for you. We're out of Snickezy's house, down the garden path, into a different book altogether. We're very much in a young library. We're out of Snickezy's house, and it's like in my mind's eye, we're walking past her windowsill, walking past the sidewalk path, and all of a sudden we're at this library. Walk yourself down a different trail. Children's books are coming through. Very much children and very much books coming through in the cards that are the dream space. Solving the puzzle that needs to be solved. You see this great Rubik's Cubes here. If you were to watch Star Trek, you might think of Borg when you see this, but you might think of Rubik's Cubes. And this is the children's card. This is the children's puzzle mystery and fun thing to solve. How often when Rubik's Cubes first came out, everybody was all in a frenzy, playing with them, trying to puzzle them. I always just like moved the stickers around, right? Or just got frustrated and like, fuck that, blah, blah, blah. But there's puzzles that need to be solved, mysteries yet to be solved. And then the books thing is coming in. And I told you we're going into the library and these things come up. What I am getting very much, it's like if you had a children's book that you like to read, there's a lesson in there and you should reread it. There will be more in there for you now as an adult than there was as a child. Very much this has been laden with the children's books, with the Little Witch books, with Ozma of Oz books, with these references to childhood, early childhood fun and play coming in again. And these books coming through. There's one that's Pickle Chiffon Pie that was a great one that I loved. And it's like a picture book by, it's like by Jolly Rogers or something like that. It's just goofy. Your books that are special to you from that time of life. And I'm talking from like maybe age 8 to 10 would have been this book. Remember what you were about. Remember the adventure you were reading. If you weren't big into reading, it could be something as simple as like watching TV and seeing Wonder Woman or whatever it is. This sense of what it is, but it feels very literally like it's a story from a children's book that needs revisited, that brings you joy, that you see from an adult perspective. Like I once read Harriet the Spy as an adult versus as a child. There was so much more in there than what I would have thought. Yeah. The Harriet the Spy thing and the movie. Very, very interesting. So let's see what's going on in the folk of this. The folk and fairy tale. It's these confined cultural things. Like when I took the folk tales course in college, basically your own family will have its own folklore. Different cultures will have their own folklore, their own traditions. That's what makes the community. And there's something in the folk aspect of things for you. We have expansion of the knowledge, and here she is. And if you look at this, you see this flower, and then you see the wheat behind it. But it also is coming through with an illumination of the story. It's also referencing, giving an older reference to the hermit carrying a, it's not the lantern he's carrying. He's like the little candle holder with the candle light, carrying that candle light somewhere. I don't know what that's about. That's what's coming through. Expansion of the mind, an enlightening of the mind in a simple way, and sharing that light where you pass light to another candle, like they would do if you sit vigil. If you have a vigil that you sit at, there is something that needs honored, sacreded. The sacred needs to be enacted, done, honored again. In the folklore, this light that needs to be shed unto thyself again. The mystery and the renewal, of course. It's just what I said. Mystery and renewal. There is a time where there is periods of time where you have bedtime stories or things that are tales that are told at night, told at the hearth, and told to the young. Sometimes we tell tales that will scare the crap out of the kids to warn them, to say, hey, don't do this, and here's the moral lesson. Sometimes we tell tales that are stories that are just fun. Sometimes the bedtime stories that we hear or have had told to us are told to us to help us drift to sleep. And there is this space, this liminal space between the story and the sleep that is important for you to revisit. I'm going back to the dream cards one more time. There's one that needs to be there. And so strongly I get the books. I don't know if you, new chapter. Yeah, new chapter, old book. Make sense? A buying. New chapter, old book. This is coming up as buying, but what I'm getting in this is more than the transaction and more than the buying. But buying, like mentally believing something, mentally shifting how you look at something and what you're buying into, what you're believing. You know how at the beginning of this, I was talking about the objects in Madame Snickersey's window and all the children that had been turned into flowers in the flower pots, or in the Ozma of Oz and the Gnome King turning things into whistles and different things that were across the mantle. The things that you've manifested and turned into solid objects. And then the letting life breathe through them and letting the objects go that need to go and letting life breathe through your world again is huge. And this is something that's coming up again. This is something that, yeah, I would hold a vigil for yourself, and I would do this either for a week solid or do it on the next moon phase that you really want to honor. Feels like, and Steph, you might know, Steph Intuitive Seer might know, it seems like the 17th might be an important thing. There's the 7 moons of something. I don't know what this is about. So seven nights there is something that is supposed to be for you to light the candle for this thing to move through. Maybe you would do this from the 10th to the 17th. I'm not sure. Full moon on the 17th. 17th is your son's birthday. It's a good day. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a really good one. So yeah, I'm fond of that. The 17th also conjures for me the energy of the star, of healing, of hope in Tarot land. Very, very much time for that. This is what's going on for you. There's something that is sacreded or made sacred once again for you. And it is something that references the old book, but opens the new chapter for you. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy cow. Yeah, it's like you are rewriting your own folk tale, your own story, your own place and character in the story is what's feeling like it's coming through. So that's what I've got. Holy smokes. You understand? Good. You're so welcome. You're so, so welcome. Mara, are you here? Is Mara here? So if Mara isn't here, we'll take that as a prepay and get her on the next show. Or if she wants to let us know, then we can, I'll have Phil just send it back, whatever, either way. But we'll give her a minute or two to show up and see if she's here. And if not, then we'll just call it a day. Holy cow. It's been a hot minute that we've been on now, hasn't it? So that's what's going on. But oh my gosh, I love doing this, guys. I love doing this. Yeah, I'm not seeing her response in this, so we'll see. And if she's not here, then we'll figure out what she wants to do. I think I will be on again on, I'm hoping Friday, fingers crossed. Oh, thanks, Steph, thanks. So I'm hoping that Friday will be the day. We'll see what's going on. You want to start reading tarot again. Do it, Lavender, do it. Yeah, you won't regret it, ever. I mean, obviously, this is somebody that has a few feelings about how fun tarot is. Ta-da! Super, super fun. And if you're thinking about getting a deck and you want to take a look at it, and I have it, I'm happy to show it to you if you haven't purchased it yet, or if you want just here's somebody's take on it, or what my opinion is, whatever. You form your own opinions, do your own thoughts on that. But yeah, I love, 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 love tarot. And it's a beautiful thing to read and so insightful. It's a beautiful, beautiful spiritual practice to me. So, all right, guys. I think I'm going to call it. I don't see that Mara is here, and we've given a little bit of time and called. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I so appreciate it. So much love to you all. Mwah. Go get a sandwich, have some lunch. Have a happy, happy day, and I will see you guys later. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.